What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Field Goals and Fast Breaks with Banger Nation and Mr. Weavecat. How are we doing today, sir?
I'm doing really good today. Just got done with a wonderful Twitch stream. Of course, not really trying to promote my stuff, but if you want to check out our Twitch streams, we'll put the links in the description down below after the so y'all can check us out if you want to.
Yeah, they'll be down in the description. So will our sponsor for our podcast, which is W Energy, ladies and gentlemen. Go get yourselves some W Energy, as that man is showing right there. Um, yeah, it's pretty dang delicious, wouldn't you say yourself, sir?
I would. I honestly, ever since I have been a partner with Dubby, I've had the Japanese soda ever since I became a partner, and I'm still drinking that to this day.
Yeah. Um so let's get right into it. It's been a month since our last episode. So, we're going to hop straight into it and we're going to head over to the NHL standings, ladies and gentlemen. Remember when we started this podcast, we started out with predictions for how it was going to go this season, didn't we, Mr. Weepcap?
That is absolutely correct. We did start out with predictions of what we thought was going to happen,
So,
and well,
I mean,
let's let's get the standings up. I mean,
So I
I had
guess I guess if you look at it with what we started out with, we had predictions. Okay, we had these teams gonna be in the top, five. We had these teams in the top five in the Eastern and Western Conference. That's how we broke it down. Let's take a
right.
look at the top five teams in the Eastern Conference as the moment. We're gonna go to the Eastern Conference first, then we'll go to the Western Conference because that's where both of our teams are. Ours in the Western Conference.
All right.
Um,
So for the I have it on my phone real quick
I have it
for
on my PC
the
too.
okay. So I'm going actually by division. That is what I'm going to go by real quick.
I just pulled up the whole conference, but we can go by division if you want to do that.
Okay. Well, I could go by conference as well. So by the Eastern Conference, the top five so far: the Pittsburgh Penguins, New Jersey Devils, Detroit Red Wings, Montreal Canadiens, and the Carolina Hurricanes.
And three of those teams, the New Jersey Devils, the Red Wings, and the Canadians, are all tied right now. They are all tied at 16 points apiece. So some good hockey over in the Eastern Conference, definitely, with those five teams being tied as where they're sitting. That is pretty good to see some good competition at the beginning of the season, wouldn't you say?
I do believe so. I'm going to add this. The bottom five in the Eastern Conference is the Boston Bruins, the defending champs, the Florida Panthers, the Buffalo Sabres, the Toronto Maple Leafs, and the New York Islanders.
Yes, so I kind of wouldn't have expected the defending champs to be at the bottom, you know, but it
I mean,
also it also is the beginning of the year. There's a lot of
absolutely.
stuff that they can work on to improve. Like right now, the Islanders sitting at 4-5-1. Okay, still beginning of the year. They still have a lot to improve on and still have a lot of games to go throughout the season to improve themselves.
Yeah, because mainly they've only played 12 games at max so far this year out of 82.
Right, and so they have a lot to go here. I mean, their goal differential is -5, which is harming them, and they've lost their last three games. That's harming them a lot coming into the beginning of the season. You never want to start by losing that many games in a row, but I can't say anything about that if we look at the Western Conference.
No, we can't. The Western Conference, the top five is the Winnipeg Jets, then the Utah Mammoth, the Colorado Avalanche, which is Banger Nation's team,
Mm-hmm.
the Vegas Golden Knights, and the Dallas Stars.
And the again, like in the Eastern Conference, the top three over here, they're all tied at 16 points each. With the
Yes,
Winnipeg Jets sitting at 8-3, so is Utah Mammoth. The Avalanche sitting on 6-1-4. We've had four overtime losses, which is still good. You still get a point for them. But
yes, you
if
do.
you change those overtime losses into win, the Avalanche could definitely be in first. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. The Avalanche would have been in first place if they turned those four overtime losses or shootout losses, whatever they had, into
Right.
W's.
Right, definitely. And looking at the bottom five in this conference, I'll read them this time by. We have the Calgary Flames, the San Jose Sharks, St. Louis Blues, Minnesota Wild, which is Buddy's team here. And then we have the Nashville Predators. Going back to the Minnesota Wild, they are not looking great this season to start out. They have lost their last 5 games straight. Not good. Not good for
And
this
a,
team.
and a differential of negative 15.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at the Blues, differential of -16, and they've lost 6 straight. So both those two teams need something to like turn around, get started on a winning streak, start building up, start winning a couple more games. That could change their standings a lot. But I don't know what's been
Uh,
going on in the Minnesota games. Do you know what's been going on in them since you are watching them a little more closely than I have been?
Um, I've only been watching highlights since I'm really not able to watch the full games, but it's mainly been a lot of turnovers in our own zone and some breakaways from the opponents, and they are scoring.
Yeah, yeah,
But let's let's take a look at the games that are set for Halloween today. Since today is Halloween, of course, these games will probably be already said and done by this time. This is all uploaded. But at 3 p.m. today, the time these times are all central, by the way. The Avalanche play the Golden Knights.
yes. So in roughly about 3.5 hours, they're going to be puck drop there, and they are in Vegas for that one.
Yes, and then
Um,
it is the Islanders and Capitals,
mhm.
Red Wings and Ducks end out the day.
Yep. So there's only 3 games today, but at the same time, it is Halloween. Not a lot of teams will play, but we have a bunch of games here tomorrow, the 1st of November, which also, remember, this episode probably will be out after, but if it is not out after this weekend, remember, set your clocks back this weekend. It is fall back time, ladies and gentlemen. Um, but we have Carolina at Boston. We have Pittsburgh at Winnipeg, Calgary at Nashville, Colorado at San Jose. So Colorado's gonna have to fly from Vegas to San Jose to play that game. Dallas at Florida, Washington at Buffalo, Ottawa at Montreal. So it's gonna be an interesting one. Toronto at Philadelphia, St. Louis at Columbus, Vancouver at Minnesota. There's Buddy's team right there. New Jersey at Los Angeles, Chicago at Edmonton, and New York at Seattle. So that's pretty much the rundown from the earliest times all the way down to the latest one. Um, so if your team is playing and you guys want us to talk about your team while we're recording this, while we're talking about it, put it down in the
Mhm.
comments. Be like, hey, talk about my team. Stop leaving me in the chums
Abs-
over here, bud.
Absolutely. If you want us to talk about any of your teams, we'll do it. But I'm gonna say this though, since we're doing NHL, if you're a Blackhawks fan, I don't care. I'm gonna throw trash in your face.
Fair. Um, fair. So I'm gonna switch it up. It's done with the NHL time. We're going over to the NFL. It's football time. All right.
It is football time.
So
I'm gonna get. to my app
I'm
real quick.
gonna I'm gonna do it under conference like I did with that one. I'll start out the American Conference. I'll let Buddy do the National Conference if that's fine with him.
That is fine.
Um,
Just hold on though. We did have a game last night, and it looks like I didn't even watch it whatsoever. But the Ravens won 28-6
yes,
last night over the Dolphins.
yes. There was a couple standing next to me at the concert last night watching this, so I heard a lot of it. Um, anyway, so over in the American Conference, we have the top five, which I am enjoying so much right now. Is your Indianapolis Colts? They are going to be 7-1. The New England Patriots sitting at 6-2. The Denver Broncos, beautiful from last season, sitting at 6-2 as well. And then you have your Pittsburgh Steelers sitting at 4-3, and your Buffalo Bills rounding out that top five at 5-2. So definitely a big turnaround for the Broncos from last season. I'm just saying we barely made it into the wild card last year, and this year we are 6-2 on the season. Um, which is huge for us and definitely improving. Our next game is Sunday against Houston, so that should be a interesting game. We'll look at the bottom five. I am not even surprised by this last place team, which is the Tennessee Titans. They suck this year. Um, New York Jets are next. They suck as well. Then you have the Miami Dolphins, which played last night and lost. Then you have the Cleveland Browns, and then you have the Raiders. Not even surprised with those bottom five, if I'm being honest with
I
you.
am. I'm not surprised at all with those bottom fives. Let's take a look at the National Football Conference. And first place, we have the Green Bay Packers at 5-1-1. And the Philadelphia Eagles at 6-2. Same with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Then we have the Seattle Seahawks and the Detroit Lions at 5-2. At the bottom of the NFC conference, it is the Saints at 1-7. Then the New York Giants at 2-6, who literally just lost Cam Scatterbo to the year. It was honestly fun watching Scatterbo run across the field. And then we have the Arizona Cardinals at 2-5, the Washington Commanders at 3-5, and finally my team, the Minnesota Vikings, at 3-4. Which thankfully we're gonna turn this flipping season around as the Vikings. Carson Wentz is done for the year. Here comes JJ McCarthy back again.
But I mean, again, y'all are playing Detroit Sunday.
That is correct.
So again, anything can happen. Detroit is favored by 9.5 points. Um, so I mean, anything can happen, but all for any team, you could have someone come in that we all think that is going to perform a lot better, and they perform worse. You know what I mean? It could be
Yep.
complete opposite compared to what we want to see and compared to what actually happens. So it's just pretty much if you're a Minnesota fan, like buddy, you gotta hope that this player coming in to performs a lot better than the guy that went out last. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Um,
Absolutely. Let's if you don't mind, I'm gonna go through the games for this weekend.
that's what I was about to start doing.
All right, I'll do it for you. So we have the Vikings and the Lions.
You did not
These
start at the
games are
top. You did not start at the top.
I don't start at the top because the top for me on my phone is always my favorite team is always first.
Oh, because Chicago and Cincinnati is first for me.
Okay, so it's always the favorite team that I put on the app is always on top for me when they start the games.
mm.
And so these are the noon games. We have the Vikings and Lions, Colts and Steelers, Bears, Bengals, Panthers, Packers, Broncos, which is Buddy's team, and Texans, Falcons and Patriots, 49ers and Giants, Chargers and Titans. Those are for all the noon games, which I can see in my area. I'm going to get the Vikings game with the Lions, of course, and then I'm going to also probably get the Bears and Bengals game, I guarantee you. 305s, it's the Saints and Rams, Jaguars and Raiders. And then the game everyone is going to get at 325 on CBS on Sunday is the Chiefs and the Bills.
Honestly, I'm hoping for the Bills to whoop some ass.
Sunday night football, Seahawks and Commanders. That might be a good game, but I don't know for sure.
I don't know. I don't know if you could count it as being a good game. It could be a blowout by one side, or it could be a very boring game with a lot of defense. Um,
Absolutely.
and for that game,
Um,
Seattle is favored by 2.5 points, so they are predicting it to be a close game that day.
Monday night football. I'm not even going to watch it, honestly. Cardinals and Cowboys.
That is honestly pointless to watch, in my opinion, unless you are one of those fans. Go ahead, watch it, but I'm not going to.
All right.
So I know NCAA football is next, but let's not go over, I guess, all the divisions. Let's go over the two main divisions that me and you watch. Let's go over Big 12 and SEC. Um, if that's fine with you.
Absolutely. That is sounds like a great
So
idea.
I'm gonna start with the Big 12. I will do the top five if you want to do the bottom five. Um, so we got the BYU Cougars coming in at number one, tied with the Cincinnati Bearcats. Then we have my team, my boys, Texas Tech Red Raiders sitting at number three in the conference, with the Houston Cougars sitting at number four, and then the Utah Utes at number five. So those top five, they are all ranked in the top 25. Um, Texas Tech sitting at 4-1, Houston 4-1, the Utes at 3-2 in the conference, and then those top two are both 5-0 in the conference. With BYU playing Tech tomorrow at I believe 1:30 my time. So I'm hoping for a massive game from Texas Tech during this game because it is a top 10 matchup, number 13 versus number 10. Um,
Yes. It says on here Texas Tech, Kansas State tomorrow, 2:30.
is it Kansas
So
State?
1:30 your time.
It's Kansas
It's
State.
Kansas State.
Okay, we play BYU next week, not Kansas State. Shit.
You guys play Kansas State
Yeah, we
on
play
Saturday.
we play BYU next weekend. Sorry, my brain's ahead.
Yep. It's 1:30 tomorrow for you guys against Kansas State on Fox.
Yes, and then if you want to do the bottom half of the bottom five of the Big 12, go for it, bud.
All right. So the bottom, at the very bottom of the Big 12, which honestly kind of surprises me, Oklahoma State.
Honestly,
They are, go ahead.
honestly, I was expecting it. Um, they were a
The,
very good team last year,
yes,
and
they were a very good team last year because a lot of people actually favored them to win the Big 12 this year.
yeah, and I think what harmed them this year was a lot of the players leaving for them. That hurt
All
them a
right.
lot. And
Oh,
I think it kind of affected them because look how many points they have given up this year. 216. That is a lot of points to give up throughout a season. And it's like yes, we have what, 5 games left of the season, some six, but there's a lot of football left for this college football season, but it does not look good for them.
absolutely. Oklahoma State sitting at 1-7 overall. and 0-5 in conference play. And then next is West Virginia at 2-6 overall and 0-5 in the Big 12. Then Colorado at 3-5, 1-4. UCF at 4-3 and 1-3. Then Arizona as well at 4-3 and 1-3. Those are your bottom five. My school, Iowa State, we're sitting mid pack. We're at 5-3 right now overall, 2-3 in conference play. We have lost 3 straight games, and we play Arizona State tomorrow at noon my
So,
time on TNT.
so I know that's your school, but looking at it, your school has a very, 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 very low chance to, of course, win the Big 12 because of their record now after losing 3 straight. If they would have won those 3 straight, they would have still been in the talk to win or to play in the Big 12 championship. But since after
And
losing those three, it's harmed them a lot.
and that is completely fine in all honesty. I am okay with us not going back to the Big 12 championship, this year. I'm okay with that. If we can win, because I'm looking at the rest of our schedule right now. We got Arizona State, then we go on the road at TCU. Then we have a week off. Then on the 22nd of November, we
That
play
is
Kansas.
disgusting.
We play Kansas, and then we go on the road to finish the year against Oklahoma State.
Bro, uh, not to get distracted real quick, I just looked at the SEC conference, okay? One,
Yes.
two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. 9 teams are ranked in the SEC conference. Bro, the SEC is a powerhouse this year with how many teams are ranked. Like, first up, we got number 3 Texas A&M Aggies, 5-0, 8-0 overall. Then we got Alabama. Sorry. Fuck Alabama. Um, they're 5-0, 7-1. Then the Bulldogs, 4-1 and 6-1. And we got Ole Miss, which that's good. That's a good look on Ole Miss, 4-1 and 7-1. And then fuck Vanderbilt, they're at 3-1 and 7-1. My team is sitting at 3-2 and 6-2 right now after losing to both Alabama and fucking Georgia. Um,
Don't get me wrong. Vanderbilt has honestly done a very good year so far
dude,
compared to what they have done recently.
So Alabama, not Alabama. Wow, Vanderbilt, dude, they are, they are looking like a playoff contender team right now
All right,
with
so
how they are playing.
absolutely the bottom five of the SEC: Auburn at 4-4 and 1-4, South Carolina at 3-5 and then 1-5, Mississippi State at 4-4 and 0-4, Arkansas at 2-6 and 0-4, then Kentucky at 2-5 and 0-5.
Yeah. So
But so if the season ended today, would the SEC championship be between Texas A&M and Alabama?
yep, because those are the both undefeated teams in the conference. It would be them
Okay.
two going to the SEC championship. Um, but I'm honestly hoping that Alabama loses to, either OU or OU or LSU, with LSU getting a new um what was it? LSU's
Yeah.
getting a new coach, I think. So,
Yes, Brian Kelly was fired a couple of days ago.
I mean, OU, LSU taking them out. Bulldogs. I don't think Florida's gonna be able to do it, or Mississippi State. It's gonna have to be Texas or Georgia Tech taking them out. Of that. of their power run that they're in right now. Like these top three, they can easily be taken out by opponents that they think that, oh, it's gonna be easy to beat them, blah blah blah, and that team comes out and just whoops the shit out of them. You know what I mean?
I do believe so. Out of college football now, would you like to go next?
Um, I'm gonna say let's skip the NBA for this time. By it just started. Let's wrap around to it next time on the next episode. Let's do NBA next time. Let's go straight to the MLB. With the World Series going on right now, which is the Blue
Yep.
Jays and the Dodgers, and the Blue Jays are leading 3-2, baby.
Yes, the Blue Jays are leading 3-2, and the Blue Jays have a chance to literally win the title tonight.
Right.
If not, I do believe Game 7 then will be tomorrow night.
I let's see real quick. If I look at it, Jesus Christ, where am I? World Series. Let's see here. So it will be November 1st, Saturday at 8 p.m. at the Blue Jays Stadium if Dodgers can pull it off here tonight. But
All
remember,
right.
it's going to be loud in that stadium for the Toronto Blue Jays because it's going to be a. They could clinch it tonight and be your World Series champions.
Absolutely. Since you did skip over NBA, I just want to say this though, real quickly for the NBA. I'm not gonna go through the standings or nothing like that, but today it is the start of the NBA Cup.
Yes, it is.
And that's all I want to say about it. But tonight is the start of the NBA Cup.
Yes, yes, it is. So definitely for the Blue Jays, this is a must-win game at the end of the day because you do not want to take the Dodgers to Game Seven. You take them to Game
No, you did
Seven.
not.
You take them to Game Seven. You have a
You're gonna basically, if the Blue Jays take the Dodgers to a Game 7, the Blue Jays, I want them to win. Honestly, I want the Blue Jays to win the title because I don't think the last time they won the title, I don't even know if they actually won the title, but it was like the last time they were in the World Series was like 30 some years ago, honestly.
so. Let's see. I'm pulling that up right now. Give me 1 second. So they have won it twice. They have won it in 1992 and 1993. Um, that's the last time they actually won the World Series title. Was back to back years in 1992 and 1993. Um, so it's been a while for the Blue Jays to be able to make it to the World Series and win it. So definitely want the World Series for them to win it here, you know.
Absolutely. And the last thing we're going to talk about here today is the Major League Soccer.
No, cause yeah, I have to pull that
Be-
up.
because the playoffs are going on in that right now.
Um, Let me just do this. Just go through your team.
Because, yes, my
Um,
team is the only one that's actually in the playoffs.
can I like get to the table here, please? Thank you. Um, give me 1 second. I gotta try to find the LS.
All right. So I got it right here.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm trying to pull up the table, or not the table, the bracket.
Yeah, that's what I got up right now is the bracket.
Okay.
So
Alrighty. Let's get here.
I
Bracket.
will you go ahead and do the east, I think. I'll do the west.
What side is what? Jesus.
The West is on your left-hand side if you're looking at the Major League Soccer actual website.
Okay, so the right side is going to be the East.
Yes.
So you want me to do the East side?
You go right ahead.
Okay, so I'm not gonna do the wild card. Wild card's done. Best round one, best of three is going to be Chicago and Philadelphia, and Philly leads that series 1-0. Um, so definitely a game clinching one for them tomorrow. New York City, I'm not gonna go there. Versus is that who is that?
Charlotte. You
That
said
is that
Charlotte,
is
remember?
Charlotte. Yeah, so Charlotte and New York City wins leads that one. I'm hoping Charlotte can come back and win it. Miami, Nashville, Miami leads that one. Kind of hoping for something here. Then you have Columbus and Cincinnati does lead that one 1-0 as well. And all of these games are happening this weekend. So game two this weekend for all these teams.
Yes. You have game two for Chicago, Philly, New York, Charlotte, Nashville, Miami on the East
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow. On Sunday, you got the Columbus and Cincinnati. Now, over on the West, we have Portland and San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
Happening on November 3rd, Seattle and my team, Minnesota. Minnesota leads that series so far 1-0, and the one up above, San Diego, leads that series 1-0. Then Austin and LAFC play on Sunday. LAFC leads that 1-0. And Dallas and Vancouver, with Vancouver leading that 1-0 as well.
Right. So definitely going to be interesting games for this coming up week. I believe if you want to watch the Minnesota game, it is on FS1. So you are able to watch that one.
Yes, it is on FS1 tomorrow. Or no, not tomorrow. On the 3rd, it is at 9:45 p.m. my time in Seattle. I flip and hate how soccer has. If you know how I'm used to sports, you're having the away team first and then the home team last. But in soccer, it is totally different. It's the home team first, the away team
Hmm.
last.
And also
So Minnesota won the first one on a penalty kicks by a
3-2.
score of 3-2.
Yep.
Yes.
So just so everyone knows, I'm not gonna go deep into it, but F1. Just a little quick before we do go, because I have to run downstairs real quick. Um, F1 will no longer be on ESPN. It's going to Apple TV only. So they're getting rid of their F1 TV. They're getting rid of their contract with ESPN, and they're going to go to Apple TV solely. So if you do not have an Apple or you do not have an Apple account, you probably won't be able to watch them because you have to subscribe to Apple TV to be able to watch them now, starting next season.
Which literally sucks. Though, but before we do leave, the NASCAR championships are this weekend.
Yes.
The truck series is tonight.
Yep.
The Xfinity tomorrow, Cup on Sunday.
Yep. But yeah, so it's gonna be an interesting one. But I have to head out for a little bit. I
Yep.
will see you guys later. It's Banger Nation
Uh,
and Mr. Weavecat, and we will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.
peace out.